Opie and Anthony Show's back on Sirius XM.
That's great.
Can't sit on the same plane.
We got Bill Burr and Big J. Oakerson in studio.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the Eagles documentary a little bit. Bill Burr has not seen it yet. I brought it up to Bill because I think he would love it. And Big J has seen it.
Yeah. I watch any I'm a documentary guy in general.
Absolutely. Documentaries rule. He's an intellectual.
Documentaries, that's like fast reading.
Yeah.
That's how adults who never read or did well in school act like they know some shit.
Yeah.
Can bring it up at the parties, right?
Yeah. Get my Hitler facts down.
Did you guys see Walk of the Penguins?
Yeah, that was an amazing documentary, actually. How the fuck do they know how to do that shit? But you said that the Eagles hated each other right out of the box.
I think it's so crazy when you have like that much. They said like they were kind of like a piece together studio band, like from all studio players.
Right.
And then like immediately they were on private jets, and then but they hated each other immediately.
But all they had to do was keep it together.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, but that was
how do you hate yourself if you hate each other when you're on a private jet making a shitload of money?
Because that was still very early on in the rock star cliche, though. Like, Betty Ford Clinic had just started, I think, in the late 70s. It was like 5 members. Like, nobody knew to tell John Bonham that, hey, man.
You might want to,
you're kind of doing that every night. Like, people didn't know to do that. So
there's this new thing that's...
And people actually believe that we're going to break up the band and we're all going to have successful solo careers because we're all famous.
Right.
And you didn't realize that, maybe actually the Eagles shows how talented the band was.
They actually did.
Henley had a great run.
Real good run.
Even Glenn Fry pumped out a couple of hits back.
Smugglers Blues.
Joe Walsh. Who didn't do well from the Eagles?
You really get exposed when you go solo.
Politics and contraband.
The Smugglers Blues.
No, you really get exposed when you go solo, like how much of the lifting you were doing in the band.
Yes.
Right.
Obviously, Don Henley had a lot of weight on his back.
Oh boy, a little Boys of Summer after the Eagles.
Yeah.
Or he's really good at business and he was smart as far as who he hooked. You never know, but sometimes
well,
you get left out there twisted in the wind. Dude, Mick Jagger's had some brutal ones.
Oh boy,
yes.
The long hair skull face guy who came at the end. The I can't tell you why guy. He didn't have any.
The Poco guy.
Yeah, he didn't have any good.
He was
success.
He was bummed out because he was in Poco, and then he gets the call to the big leagues to join the Eagles, and he was only with them, I think, 2 or 3 years.
I remember they kept saying he's like the new young guy, and then they show his first concert with him. He's wearing like overalls, like a child. He's wearing Oshkosh Bagosh overalls.
And he was pleading with the band to just try to keep it together because he didn't want to go back to Poco.
Aren't we all friends?
Gig. But you're talking about Don Felder. He was the one that didn't do that well as a solo artist.
Who's the really good musician? But he just
Joe Walsh, Glenn Fry.
Joe Walsh had the brutal drug problem. But, they didn't know. Everybody learned with them. Like the first roid users. They just were what is it? Horse tranquilizers? Shoot it in my ass. Now they're down to a nice cream. You just sort of rub it on. Your muscles get big for the game, and then they shrink back down at the end of the game.
They had to fucking shoot it up.
TV adds 20 pounds of muscle.
Oh, my
and you get to come
God.
home. What a find.
Is it really down to a nice cream? What a
Lyle
great line.
Alzado's putting syringes in his skull.
Yeah.
Right. Fucking
His fucking head sounds like a bowl of soup during that landing.
Now it's a cream.
A nice cream.
No, it's just like weed. Weed's down to like a vaporizer.
Right.
All of that shit. We're all going to be on roids as we get older. And, that's Cinegenics. That's roids for those old people they have in the commercials. It's going to happen. We're all going to be roided up.
No one remembers fucking having to clean seeds out of your weed on an album cover. No one remembers that shit.
Right.
Now,
it's wax.
There's no seed. You don't deal with seeds anymore.
Although, a little wax action.
Although we got some weed on a private island. I did a cruise ship, like heavy metal cruise ship show, and they went to a private, and we found weed from one of the workers there who made our buddy walk like a half a mile to some guy cutting coconuts with a machete. And we came back, and that was pretty seedy, gross.
Seedy, old school weed.
Even when they show it to you and you know it's going to be garbage, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
The guy's got a machete. What are you going to do?
You don't want to turn it down.
You roll a joint and that stem pokes through the side. Fuck, man. I got to make a patch.
How much for the coconut?
I got to make a patch. I forgot about making
make
a patch.
Pull the stem out, patch it up.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, yeah. You'd have to take a little piece of rolling paper
and patch it up.
And rip it off and then lick it and put it over where the hole was from the seed.
But why would you just
stem?
re-roll it?
I don't know.
Why do you have to make a patch?
I want to get high now,
we
man.
had to fucking smoke some weed.
Yeah. Nothing worse than a leaky reefer, right, guys?
Right, Jim. A leaky reefer.
You watching the Olympics, Bill?
Yeah, I missed a lot of the hockey because it comes on at like 4:30.
That's what Nick DePaul was just saying.
And I keep forgetting to set my VCR.
Right.
Yeah, my VCR.
My DVR.
Did you see the Russian game?
Nope.
USA Russia?
I saw like the end. I saw the shootout. We just kept giving it to Oshie.
That rules.
And he's just sitting there smiling like, "Hey, this is fun.
Right, I'll do this.
The world is watching."
Right,
dude. How about Bob Costas toughing it out, man? Oh, Jesus Christ!
With the pink eyes.
Pink eyes. They at one point they had to pull back so far. It was a full shot of him. Yes. It was like he was standing across the way on a subway platform, and my eyes were still watering. I'm like, how is this guy going to work?
They knew they were horrifying everyone, so they just kept pulling the shot back.
Did.
You're right.
I felt bad. I just felt bad for the guy. But this is my thing about show business. It's like how fucking brutal this business is that he's showing up out of fear at that point.
Right.
So, like, if I don't show up, Matt Lauer's going to come in. If he kills it, I'm out, and that's it.
Yep.
I started in the ABA in the 70s.
Right.
I'm not. You have to.
I'm not going out this way.
Yeah, you got to drag me out of here.
That is true, man.
Who did that happen to? A famous baseball player, wasn't it? That's how Lou Gehrig got his start. Oh, someone's got to help me out with this
or Mickey
story.
Mantle, somebody
got
hurt. That's right.
The star of the team got hurt, and then they brought in, I think it might have been Lou Gehrig or somebody for the first time, and then that guy, we don't even know his name anymore. But he was the star of the team. Who the fuck was it?
And back then, I
think it was Lou Gehrig, how he started his career, but whatever.
But back then, when there was no free agency, so you were on that team. So if there was a guy, if you played center field during Mickey Mantle's years, you stayed in the forever. You couldn't be like, all right, guys, I think you have this position handled. I'm going to go to the Cubs. They're like, no, we own you, and your dream has died.
So you just sit here.
Yeah, have fun in Charlotte.
And maybe if someone gets hurt, we'll put you in.
I don't know why this name,
the guy that started
Wally Pip keeps coming up.
Might have been Wally Pip. And was it Lou Gehrig?
I don't know. These people aren't very smart on Pal Talk, but they help sometimes.
But I think you're right. I think it was Wally Pip was the starter for the Yankees. He was a very good player, and he got hurt or something, and then they moved. I think it was Lou Gehrig. Are they coming up with Lou Gehrig?
Yeah.
Eddie Fresno, wasn't it?
I think that's how it happened.
Took over for Wally Pip.
And Wally Pip was never heard of again, but he was the starter.
Yeah.
And he did all right.
Thought it was Ema Kaminsky.
Well, it was,
Seriously?
No, I just seen it.
Oh, you scared?
Testing my poker face.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Didn't Frankie Fresno, whatever I just said underneath you? I was just making up old school names.
That kind of sounded like it could have been a player, though. David Attell's outside the studio. We should bring him in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course.
Dave!
Him in there.
They can't hear us through that big door.
No, there he is.
Dave Attell.
Dave.
Thank you. Do you have my special seat prepared?
Hi, Dave.
His special seat.
Yes,
oh, you're on the lazy boy.
It has a fist on it.
Yeah.
Can we move one more up to the table?
Yeah.
Dave doesn't want to sit down
big
low
boy
like that.
table.
Everyone just move over a little bit.
What's up, y'all?
Hold on, let me grab. Which one is that? What number is that? 8. Number 8.
Number 8.
Hey, look at that. Club Soda Kenny bringing in a nice chair for you.
Hey!
Move up to the big boy table.
Anything else on the Olympics there, Bill Burr? Are you into the ski jumping, the luge,
No, I'm
the
sick
Skeletor,
of
whatever the hell it's called?
No, the people who like Olympic hockey annoy me.
Why?
Because they always comparing it to NHL hockey, which they don't watch.
Right.
And NHL hockey is infinitely better.
You think?
Than Olympic hockey? Oh my God!
You don't like that the rinks are bigger?
I just don't understand. The rinks are bigger. There's no fighting. The talent is way less. I like how there's like 3 NHL guys on each team,
right?
For the most part, other than USA and Canada, and then they're just like this is just like a bunch of all-star teams. No, it isn't.
I know.
It's like the NBA. There's like 2 stacked fucking teams, and the rest are shit.
That is a very good point.
Here comes Latvia. What are they going to do tonight? They got like one guy.
One guy that made it to the
Zdeno Chara, and the rest rest of his team. I mean, it's stupid. And they go, and then everybody just sits there lying, going, if the NHL was like this, I would watch. What? If it was fucking 2 weeks long, you could hang in there, and you just and they went right to the championship game.
All right,
and then they start making suggestions on how to make the NHL better, and they start talking about the NHL like it's still 1975 with all the bench curling brawls and the stick work.
I'm guilty.
I heard Mike Wilbon said that. The stick work. It's like, what are you talking about? Like they're out there at the face-off, sticking in each other's fucking eyes. Once every 5 years, there's an incident. And then all those guys who don't watch hockey, they all pile on. They go, see, this is why. This is why it's not one of the top sports out there. I'll tell you, if they would just get rid of the... This is Dave Schultz. I'm telling you, he's out of control.
Holy shit! Yes.
Yeah, it's stupid. We're all hanging on to 1980. It's not amateurs anymore. The Cold War is over.
Right.
Yeah, it's done. It's finished. It's boring.
You turn.
Yeah.
There we go. But the luge. Sorry.
But how about that luge? Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention. A couple of the skater girls are fucking cute.
I try.
Skiers.
I realized halfway through that I was the only one who had passion for the Olympics.
Yeah.
I just felt the crickets
You
around
did.
me. I plowed through it, though.
Yeah, no, it was very good, very
Save
funny.
something for tonight.
Yeah. I brought 8 in the evening energy to this morning show.
I can't get wound up about a sport where the final score is like 1-0.
Yeah.
Like
That's
after
such
3 hours.
a chick thing to say.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
No.
That's how they get women to watch. That's how they ruin
I like
the
the
NFL.
Rangers. I like the Rangers because I like their helmets. That's a chick thing to say.
Exactly.
Okay, tier 2 is the scoring.
There we go.
That's what they
So
do.
you're not-
That's what they do with the NFL.
You're not a soccer guy then,
You
right?
can't cover
No.
guys anymore. So even if you don't like the game, if 900 points are scored and you get to watch a crowd going crazy, even people who don't like it will sit down and be like,
wow, this
what's
is
everybody
exciting.
screaming about?
I need to see blacks doing things I can't do.
Killing on stage. Sorry, man.
With a lot of herky-jerky movements. That is.
Sorry, man. Sorry, man.
I have a friend who is working on the Olympics.
Not
and
hard to believe.
The amazing
Johnny Weir.
the amazing things they told him, like what to do and what not to do over there. Like like don't bring deodorant, you'll stand out. Watch the movie Taken. You might need to know some of these.
Don't kiss a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about Johnny Weir earlier.
And we're convinced he's holding NBC hostage.
He's wearing tiaras now.
He's the ice skater. He used to ice skate.
And now he's a commentary with.
He's doing the commentary with Tara Lipinski.
And
He's taking up at the 12:30.
He's.
Where's Sam? You got to see a picture of what Johnny Weir. He's now wearing tiaras because he knows. Because he knows NBC can't say anything because he'll go right to the media.
Yeah.
Oh, is that because Russia doesn't like?
He's shoving it in their face a little bit too.
Yeah, it's
How
all
about winning?
That'll
How about
show.
that? How about winning?
Way to shove it in their face by dressing ridiculously.
It's really-
Bringing the gold home.
They don't care. They don't care.
But now he's up to wearing tiaras.
He's the Eddie Izzard of commentary.
It is the whitest couple of weeks you'll get, though, on any television show in America.
Yes.
Especially sports related. It's all just
Johnny Weir. So
white
they
people.
can see him.
Big
really is.
blonde Nordic fucking
Nice teeth,
yes,
cheekbones.
just
Norwegians,
Yes.
Swedes.
Norwegian,
Right.
yeah,
Plunging and splooging.
the Swiss, a lot of fucking girls with
A lot of Kyles and-
ponytails and braids,
Lithuanians,
Yes.
Latvians, Estonians.
Show the one with the tiara
and the green shirt.
and the green shirt.
He started off kind of like that, though. We knew he was gay and everything.
Oh, that's a woman.
And NBC
Green
knew he
shirt
was
in
gay and shit. But then he just started, like, uber gaying it up.
Each day it gets worse.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it does.
To where he had a tiara.
There's the
Show that
tiara
one.
shot.
He's wearing a tiara.
And you know NBC doesn't want that, but they can't say
Makeup.
We have a
anything.
pocket square
That's
with cocks all
hilarious.
over it. Little baby cocks.
Jesus.
Take that, Russia.
Yeah, it is some kind of, hey, we'll show Russia.
Will we tiara in the 2-man bobsled? I don't know. They should make that like
But it is odd. You see McDonald's
spooning
commercials. The Olympic McDonald's commercials
With the McNuggets.
are usually the same, year round. So they try, and even though it's the white people's Olympics, the Winter Olympics, like they show these black people hanging out with their white friends watching the Olympics on TV, and they're like, high-fiving over Like Olympic hockey.
Oh, it's bad.
It's like, no, look.
I like when they show the athletes biting into the gold of an Olympic gold and somebody else eating a McNugget.
Oh. Yes.
That's the path. That's the path of champions.
Is that the same thing, really?
That's what they do.
I know.
You know,
I know.
they make the Winter Olympics is such a white event. Did you see how much they've made the All-Star Saturday basketball night? Like, it's the blackest thing I've ever seen. Now.
Oh,
It's like,
really? They're
the
trying
dunk
to-
contest is just a freestyle, 3 guys dunking while a guy DJs. That was, I swear, it's not even.
They brought a DJ into it now.
Oh,
Nice.
the guys are getting their dicks sucked by white girls while they're waiting to go on.
Special guest Thug Baby.
It really was the guy
Thug Baby
DJ.
in the house.
And it's not even like they don't like do like a like 10-9 scoring anymore. Just they just send 3 guys out there in baggy shorts like just dunk away while a guy DJs.
I didn't see the All-Star game at all.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Not check that
The final
out.
score was like 163 to 150 something. It was just like no defense.
Yeah, but Bill Burr turned me around on the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
When you
It was a great time.
I know, you called in and you turned me around on that
Oh,
thing.
you got to go. I mean, I wouldn't sit down and watch it on TV. If you go, there's no way you're not having a good time, and you're
Right.
fucking
Amazing.
Yeah.
How many more days on the Olympics?
I think Sunday's there, right?
Is it?
I think.
Gold medal game Sunday.
I know.
This is quality hockey.
But,
I'll tell you if the NHL was like this.
but we're playing Canada Thursday. That'll be cool. That's going to be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And what do they do?
That's gonna
They
be a great
march
game.
out like they march out again.
Yeah.
I think they do their big closing.
the worst.
But now you know some of the people, like, oh, that guy.
Oh, that one.
Oh, all right.
That's
Yeah.
the,
Oh, I
okay.
see.
Oh, that's.
Oh, he had that tragedy.
Right.
Hey, that
kind of
kid should dress
exploited
like that
that
after the Olympics lose. Then that would actually be really tough.
Yeah.
He was in here.
No, and I mean after, like when all the Americans and everybody go home.
Right.
Just stay there dressed
Yeah,
like
just
that.
stay there dressed like that.
Good luck to you. Yeah, I don't think the Russians
Now
are
that
very
would truly be in your face.
heroic.
This guy doesn't care. He was here in a fur coat and high heels, walking around
In the men's room.
In the men's, and they
And
walked in
who's
the
going to
men's
do
room.
anything? Why would you like?
That's just it.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Have him waiting in a bread line with a.
You with your high heels.
I know you're right. But whatever, but
I don't
it takes
understand
balls. I think that takes balls.
It's
to do that.
you're what's wrong with this country.
right.
Like,
Point
what
at
are you
him.
gonna
I
do?
think that takes balls if like if you just dress like this your whole friggin' life, right?
Right.
And then one day you hung out with your friends dressed like that, just the pounding you would take.
Oh,
Like,
man.
If you leave, if you walk away from your friends and you start a whole new life, if you just show up like that, it's just people like, I mean, that's what he does.
How about in the 80s? In the 80s, we tried to turn Russia around with like Rocky IV masculinity. Like he beat up their biggest, scariest guy.
Yes.
And now we send over some like cupcake to like
Yeah, that's
like, twirl his way into their hearts. If I can change, we can all change.
It's a different world.
you know what? You're right. It's a different time.
Well, I think we should exchange him for Pussy Riot.
Pussy Riot. Yeah.
Pussy
A
Riot.
little
You can move
hostage
him right to
exchange.
Williamsburg.
straight up trade.
They're like Williamsburg chicks anyhow. You see them on the L train.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. They'd fit in great. Yeah.
Heading over to the what's the name of the clubs there?
I don't know. It's the Hannibal Buress show or
Yes.
some sort.
Didn't they just get
For some eye
arrested again?
rolls.
Those chicks just got arrested
Arrested
again.
again?
right?
No.
No.
For what?
For making
know.
awful music.
Yeah.
Well, 1 out of 3
not
is
into
super
rock.
hot.
Pussy
Pussy
Riot.
I don't know. I'm sure that music.
It's
is
Pussy's
horrible
great, but the
screaming.
riot,
I don't like-
the
yeah,
Riot part is a little rough.
The riot part.
That's right. It's like a Ladies of Laughter Showtime special.
Oh my God! That was the name. Women of the Night.
Oh, is that terrible?
Clever ways of still calling them whores. That's really not respectful, guys.
Yeah, those fucking specials are like, oh, this.
Whores.
Those specials are just like, oh,
What, you don't like-
right.
you don't like
Click.
them?
Yeah, twice.
Click.
No?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, look, Rita Rudner.
Yeah,
Wow.
wasn't Women of the Night hosted by Martin Short?
Yes, that was great.
He was fucking hilarious.
That
too.
song, I love
Yeah.
that. He comes out with that song.
Yeah, and he was bringing out Ellen DeGeneres, and he couldn't get through her name. Ellen DeGeneres, and he kept stopping, going back.
Well, the joke's on him now, huh?
Yeah.
I guess it
In the
is.
Oscars.
She's, hosting the Oscars. That one.
And he's guest star on
Just when you
SCU.
thought it couldn't get any
She's
worse.
so likable, Bill. Come
Just when you
on.
thought it couldn't get any longer.
I bet she comes out dancing.
I hope so.
The whole audience.
You don't like a woman in an Argyle sock?
What are the Oscars?
I guess you've drawn your lines.
A couple weeks away from the Oscars, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't paid any attention to any of that shit.
I haven't seen
I
any
could
of
give a crap.
I've always seen a couple of
I was getting some screeners, but like...
Yeah, they stopped sending them. What the fuck?
Why do they send me screeners when I don't
nobody's
vote?
going to them anymore, and they're not making any money, so
That's
your
true.
freebies are slowing down to a trickle.
We got them this year, didn't you get them?
Yeah, but they stopped
I got
sending
some.
them. There's a few more out there, right? I'd like to have. Wolf of Wall Street would be nice.
Well, how do you guys get being in the media? That's how you get them?
We're part of SAG, I guess.
And you did a couple of Joe DeRosa's short
That's
films.
right,
so
Bill
you got your
Burr.
card.
That's right.
Opie's got his card.
We got our SAG card.
And Bill acting it out a little bit.
Yeah,
Right?
Opie's a must join.
That's right. That was fun.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Joe DeRosa short. Joe's doing all right.
Joe's crushing it.
With Pete Holmes. I'm happy
Pete
for
Holmes,
him.
he's meeting all kinds of people out there.
Yeah. Is he really?
Over in Shaker, yeah, he's doing what you do. He's doing what you do out there.
Good for him. You guys see each
You
other?
run in the castle and you see how long you can stay there. You save your money before they throw you out.
Has he changed, Bill?
Huh?
Has he changed?
That's great.
No,
He's not L.A. Joe?
He's still, wakes himself up with anxiety. He just really is one of the most wound up.
He is, man.
But he's one of those guys you just got to be like, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, it's going to be all right, dude. You're doing fine. And then you literally see like the cinder block come off his chest.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. He seems
So,
more
yeah.
relaxed since he moved out there, though.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I haven't seen him talk to him.
How's Pete doing?
I
Has anybody seen the show?
watched it a few times. I like it. I don't like
his sketches are fucking
Yeah,
great.
I like, but his sketches are amazing. Actually,
Yeah.
he does a very good job.
So
with
I
his
think
sketches.
that they brought it back. They're picking it up. I think they're going more in that direction, which I think is great because there's already a zillion talk shows.
Yeah. Yeah, and he does that so well. Like, so focus on that a little more. The
How did
other
they do
things,
that, though?
the other stuff he did was all right, but I wasn't blown away by it.
Are
But
they
the
live?
sketches I liked a lot.
Live sketches on the stage or pre-shot?
Pre-shot.
So how do they do that?
All
It's a
in,
talk
though.
show, like you show up and he's like, "Here's a sword and a wig." Now you're, now you're in a pirate sketch.
No, he does like a monologue.
I'm going to talk about my book. Hey, you know what? We need more talk shows. It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it, guys.
Fallon did all right last night.
How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, but how could he fail? He had all these A-listers coming out. U2 was playing from the top of 30 Rock.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course it was going to be a great show.
I don't understand why it's such a big deal doing a monologue between 12:30 at night to 11:30. Like, who do they think goes to bed? Like that big decision. Can this fucking guy?
Oh, that's great.
Can this guy still be funny?
Yes.
An hour early. It's 11:30 on a Tuesday. If you're still up, you don't give a fuck about your job.
It's all farmers.
Yeah.
At 11:30, it's like farmers and good people,
Right.
and it's just whores and just
Yeah.
evil.
Right.
At
12:30
12:30.
1
people.
hour.
Yeah.
It's only an
1
hour
hour.
difference. You're right.
Literally
Holy
one
shit.
fucking hour.
And they-
Somehow Jimmy's going to go
Yeah.
from having this killer show and they'll be, let's see how we have to tune into tonight's show.
a
We have
different
to
feel.
see. This is 60 minutes earlier.
And
No
there
matter
was
what time it starts, it always sucks trying to be funny when they actually film it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon for a bunch of fucking housewives. That's the part that sucks.
But they're wishing him good luck and all. You're right. Good luck. He's already been doing it.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
he's probably taping it at the exact
Dude,
same time, so there's nothing
11:30 at
different.
night.
Right.
There's nothing different for him because he's taping it at the exact same time.
Yeah, 11:30 at night in a comedy club. You're like halfway through the second show. That's the evil drunk show already. So
Right.
they act like it's churchgoers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think
Something
you're
tells
right.
me he'll be fine.
Yeah. It's 11:31. Oh boy. Let's see how this material works.
Can he make it work?
This is a more mature audience. Showing Mutual of Omaha commercials all of a sudden. It's fucking 11:30 on a Tuesday. People are up because they can't sleep and they want to laugh.
Because that wild anything goes 12:30 crowd,
Oh, they're
like the
nuts.
Purge.
Yeah.
Show up.
I don't know why it's been like that though for years. It's that slot's for the crazy guys.
Watch out.
I know Letterman had to go to wearing a full suit
full
because
suit,
they just
right.
would not accept him in jeans and sneakers.
No,
underneath the suit.
no.
That's
Crazy.
Listen, you can do that kind of rigmarole at 12:30, all right? But don't bring that in at
Decent
11:30 at night. Okay, I put my kids to bed 4 hours ago.
What a great point.
Matter.
Jim Norton was at the Borgata this weekend, speaking of second shows, and he had something happen that I don't think has ever happened to any of you guys. A guy walked in the middle of one of his bits where he needed everyone to focus with two poodles.
Two giant standard poodles.
Two giant poodles.
Walking right down the aisle.
High roller.
Walking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
obviously. They can't tell him, no. Walks in with two poodles and sits down.
And a tiara.
Was he riding on one?
It was so irritating. It would have been less distracting if he came in with one unicorn. Than two fucking giant poodles.
Two giant poodles.
Ugh, fucking high roll. I get a high roller getting preferential treatment. Like,
Exactly, so do I.
Guy drops $50,000. He wants to go to the show.
Right.
But when someone's walking two giant fucking shitting machines down
Did you have a fun time? Hey, look who paid for this giant rug. There he is.
Yes.
Fly in, high roller. Jesus Christ, you never saw Casino?
I was good natured about it, but I was fucking steaming. It was really unprofessional.
I definitely saw. I was like, oh man.
They can't tell those guys no.
You know what would have been great
Obviously.
almost as if you didn't say anything to him? Did you say, like, just to not acknowledge? Because that's clearly, that's beyond crying for attention.
I had to because it was at the crib. Because why would anybody why would they care if they're stepping on a punchline? It was wrecking something, so I had to. Otherwise, it looks like you're just gonna have a joke that doesn't do well. So you have to stop and address this because otherwise, it's just too.
Yeah.
If it had been on a pause and he had walked in, I would love to have just looked at him and his dumb fucking dogs.
Not said anything.
Hope they have worms.
Who do you think was the fan? The dogs?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe the
Where are we
dogs.
going, boy? What is it? Pulling them into your show. Slow down.
You smell something, boy?
You guys ever have anything like that? Anything that compares to poodles?
Yeah, I've had rescue dogs in the show. Like, we actually did a benefit at Gotham for the the seeing eye dogs.
Right.
And they were all laying on the floor, like as we were talking with the people who trained them and everything. And the dogs could not look more bored. They were just like, it was like great training for like all the boring shit they're gonna have to do.
Not get excited about
like,
things.
just laying there.
But rescue dogs,
I
you
started in
expect
that
that.
black scene, so I've had like gang fights happen in front of me on stage. And with the host, like the host would be like, "Oh, I'm bringing the first guy on stage. I'll keep going for Big J," and then just run out, and him and his four friends went and fought like four other dudes in the front. And if I wanted to get paid, I would just have like narrate the fight for 5 minutes, and then hopefully get out of there with my money.
Proper?
No, that was Sweet Cheeks.
I never did that
in Atlantic City. Yeah, it was.
I just heard all the stories.
Wow.
They threw chicken wings at me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you bombed, they threw the chicken wings at
Ah,
you.
Jesus.
No, not if you bombed. If you were me, that one time. That was a regular thing. They pegged me with chicken wings. Yeah,
I did
That's
that Manhattan
rude.
proper, and one entourage chased another entourage around the room, and there was a metal detector when you went in.
Oh, it's the guy
Holy
outside of
shit,
Sweet
really?
Cheeks place, the bouncer we became friendly with. Kevin Hart used to host it every week.
Yep.
And he was also a bounty hunter, and as he would check IDs, he would like run it through this machine to see if people have, and he would just like arrest people. He was like citizens arrest guys
See if
that
you
came
have
in.
warrants or something.
And by the way, these people I feel like they didn't even know, even though the comedy show happened every week, I feel like they didn't know there was a comedy show happening. So they would come out. It was like the
jokes?
dance scene in Malcolm X. Like everyone's wearing zoot suits and stuff. Like and they'd show up like that, and like a pimps and players ball, and then they would get arrested out front by this just some dude, like just some guy bouncer.
What a great
That's
gimmick.
hilarious.
Just making a few extra bucks on the side.
What a great gig.
Someone's got to have warrants.
That made me feel bad.
Yeah.
Like you'd be walking out, oh, great night, gonna have a couple of beers. And all of a sudden your freedom is gone. Just like,
Freedom is gone.
I mean, one thing if they knock on your door, make it on the fucking ground, that seems like fair.
Make them work for it a little
Yeah.
bit.
They make you feel bad that society's in a place where you can make 10 arrests like
You're
that.
getting on a Ferris wheel, here we go. All of a sudden they just cuff you.
That was in
I
Philly?
wanted to go around.
Atlantic City.
Oh, wow.
But not Atlantic City, like not the Borgata, like right off the boardwalk where it's like toothless blowjobs.
That's why I don't understand your dog thing. I don't know how those fancy dogs got through that Atlantic City,
helicoptered in.
Yeah, they probably got a fucking helicopter to the roof. I was so irritated.
Were they the big ones or the little ones?
Huge.
Oh, okay.
Huge. If they were Paris Hilton size, it would have been mildly annoying. But this was a whole fucking thing.
And how big were what were their colorings?
White, 2 white poodles.
But they sat down and they were very well.
They were well behaved, and the guy
But you
wasn't.
can't get that image out of your head as you're sitting there. Because
Yeah.
now you got to discuss it with your friend next to you. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
I had the lead singer from the band Queensryche had his whole family with him, and his daughter had her like year-old baby on a leash, just like running. Like she was holding the leash, but the baby just kept running around, like falling and like making noise, and just being like,
And
just
what
being
color
a
was
baby
she?
at like 1 a.m.
What color was she?
Stark white,
Okay,
but like
I see a
so
theme
stark
here now.
white, it went to white trash.
I had some really good lines though. I was like, "Look at this guy with his dogs."
That was a good one. That one killed.
Place went crazy.
I smell a threesome.
Yeah, I think I said rude much. It was really funny.
But you could tell
Really
he was a
funny
high
lines.
roller.
I'm glad you came in here. Not.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of that.
Married guys with white guys with children are the only ones who still say that.
Not.
No, they still. If you go on Facebook, you see that all the time. Having a great time at the cookout. ... Not. And it's like it's still 91 or 89.
Facebook is useless. It's so fucking
Well, I
annoying.
like being invited to play
Here it
Candy
goes.
Crush and poked.
Poked.
Yeah, hey, someone's
and
invited
invites.
you to this.
And now it's like bad inspirational shit.
Oh, it's taken on water.
Yeah.
Big time.
Bad.
That's well. I guess all the younger kids aren't on it anymore.
Nah, they just-
because all their parents are there.
Yeah, now it's all parents. Yeah, with their bullshit fucking
40-year-old divorcees trying to fuck a girl from high school.
It's the, it's the 11:30
There you go.
it's the 11:30 crowd.
They switched over.
What a great point. What's the big deal? It's 1 hour sooner. And he tapes at the exact same fucking time.
Yeah.
with the same band, the same
everything.
guests.
They had to change the set, I would assume.
You know they did. Somebody
They had
has
to
to
do that.
justify having their fucking job.
Right.
And just sit there staring at the suits.
Right.
What suit?
Yeah.
Is this the right color charcoal to put him in at 11:30? It's like it's Jimmy Fallon. He's
That's
got
still 12:30.
Yeah.
I
Jimmy
don't know.
Fallon crushed it on. Oh, SNL was also 12:30.
Right.
I guess he's had 2 hits at 12:30. It's 11. This is your big shot, kid.
No, it's
We're
11:30.
bringing it
SNL's
down now.
11:30.
And what,
SNL's 11:30.
11:30. There you go.
and what was wrong with his set? Why do they have to change that? It worked fine for him at 12:30.
How different is his set?
I'm sure it's different. I didn't even.
different.
I
So we
DVR'd
don't
it, so I haven't even
understand.
seen
He
the whole
kept the
thing
roots,
yet.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Listen,
can't fire
course.
those guys in February.
guys, we're not smart enough to understand the difference between 12:30 and 11:30.
Yeah.
This is for showbiz.
There are people that know.
who crunch numbers.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, we're just fucking.
And he does. He
dopey
tapes at the
DJs.
same time, so it doesn't even matter.
Nothing is different to him.
They broadcast the show
because he doesn't even see the
early.
set behind him, so nothing's different. He's still looking into the camera. He doesn't see anything different.
The difference comes at like 8 p.m. and like 12 p.m. Like that's where you have a wildly different crowd. I think.
Yeah.
That's where it's very
Yeah,
different.
I guess that would be different. Well, maybe you're going up against different competition, but I don't know. I don't.
So who now? Seth Meyers takes over his spot, right?
Yes,
Next
in a couple
Monday.
weeks.
Next-
Okay, so right now,
Oh,
what
next
is
Monday, you're
behind
right.
him now? Like nothing?
Probably
It's
some
like-
news coverage. or
Old
something.
Jimmy Fallon's.
Carson
Yeah,
Daly.
Olympics.
Doesn't Carson Daly show come on?
No, that's
So-
an hour later.
Yeah, that's
That's insane.
crazy.
That's
That's
1:30 in the morning.
shit time.
Carson
Burr.
Daly is a fucking genius.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Byron
he is.
Allen
Does he
comfortable.
That's right. Yeah, he's a genius,
No,
man.
he is.
You go on that
He owns
hour.
The Voice.
Not competing with anybody.
That's right.
Never
owns The
fought
Voice?
for anything more than that shitty slot.
Competing with like the Jack Chop. you fucking have like
He's
a
up
30-year run.
He's up against Shantae and T25.
He owns that show, The Voice.
I believe so. Yeah, that's
Does he really?
I believe so.
That's awesome.
Isn't
He
like
gets a
Byron
nice
Allen's
taste
like
of that.
secretly like some like he owns
He's a
everything. Doesn't he, like,
multi-millionaire,
someone
Byron
told me he
Allen.
owns
Byron
Delirious.
Allen?
Byron Allen has almost Oprah
Someone told me
money.
he owns Delirious.
Holy, for what
Eddie Murphy
reason?
Delirious.
Byron Allen.
No, he did.
owns
For
the
what reason,
Olympics.
though?
Because everybody, he bought Delirious like 4 or 5 years ago when people still bought DVDs.
Right.
Like HBO showed it. And they showed it, and then that was it. They never re-aired it, so they just had it. And he bought it for I don't know what. And then
He is a genius.
And then he turned around and he sold them like 2 million copies at like $20 a whack.
How does Eddie not own that?
Somebody got fired.
No kidding.
Byron took his Up With People money and bought every urban act that works. And every funny bone in America.
Wow.
Dude, Comics Unleashed is brilliant where he doesn't have to, he like shoots it himself. He doesn't have to write anything. You just come in with your material.
Yeah.
And he just sits there teeing you up like, so I heard somebody brought some poodles out to your show.
It's such an organic feel to it, and the guys are just funny every time. I'm like, wow, what a home run this show is.
Doesn't his mama judge you? Like when you get done, it's like my mom didn't like that, and she's like a little old lady holding a purse with two hands in the corner, like.
I've never watched it.
I haven't seen it.
I watch it. I scroll through it. I see who's on it, and I'm like, I never did that show.
It.
Yeah.
I turned it on once, and I literally saw Kevin Hart.
Oh, good. I want it there. It's my new image.
I saw Kevin Hart and Adam Carolla air humping like shit and high fiving each other, and I was like, "This is probably not great."
Yeah, it's probably really funny though. Just two guys letting it all hang out. I love it when the comics get together and just go nuts like that.
Kathleen Madigan fake laughs at them
in front of the fish tank. They have a fish tank on the show.
Oh, do they?
They have to calm everyone down after all the crap them up.
We need a fish tank.
Yes, we do.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
get a fish tank in here.
Let's not attack the victims of that show.
Yeah, that's true.
They're thrown into that arena.
The victims of that show. Yeah.
I did see a list of who was going to be on that show too. I was looking at the guide and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not watching that."
Comics Unleashed.
Yeah,
it's just
They do their acts, right?
The setups are like somewhere between awkward seat on an airplane and ran into you at the mall. You know, like this.
But no comics call each other on. I guess I so used to Tough Crowd where people were just like, "What?" But nobody calls each other on the setups or the fact they're doing bits, and the comedians just fake laugh at each other's bits. It just seems painful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like fake laughing through bits that you know are bits.
And then if it's not funny, you just have to pray the camera's not on you when you do your
and those guffaws too. You're like, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, you're
That's
doing
when a
that. You
comic
just
doesn't
see
like your joke, but there's a TV camera on. The kid, he just
you
goes,
see the red light turn on the camera. You're like, "Oh fuck, it's me."
That is what a trip to SeaWorld's like.
That's a wacky take.
I guess we know he's not going to take the time slot after Byron Allen. You three guys.
Well, what time is that?
4 in the morning?
Yeah.
That 4 in the morning crowd.
Why do they call it Comics Unleashed? They're all fucking they're all behaving
Completely
perfectly well.
leashed.
Yeah.
Look
Exactly.
out.
Comics on a short leash. Comics behaving perfectly. Comics doing as they're told.
Comics, please do not deviate from the script.
Exactly.
It's kind of a North Korean Unleashed. Do exactly what we talked about.
There's no food in the green room.
We should take a little break. These guys are in because they're doing the Patrice O'Neal benefit tonight. That's going to be fun.
Second annual. Hey, thanks again,
Second
guys.
annual.
For,
What are you kidding me?
helping
Fucking
us.
great. Yeah.
Everyone's doing what, like 15 minutes? 'Cause
No, we
there's
can't.
10
There's too many.
comics.
Well, there's a zillion comics this year because I got a ton of grief from everybody. Loved Patrice, so they're like, "Dude, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Why wasn't I on it last year?"
Right.
I reached out to everybody that I could fit on. So next year, a couple people from last year I couldn't get on, and then I'm hoping they're not thinking that I slighted him. It's a fucking nightmare doing it.
Let's go bigger venue next year.
I was thinking maybe do like 2 shows.
Yes,
That way everybody
Bill.
can do 15. But then it gets to the whole thing. Who are you going to put on the late show?
Oh, Bill.
And that type of thing.
Yeah, just what dude.
But how about a hand for Bill, like putting this all together? Really, it's Bill's
Maureen Tarrant.
and Maureen, your other name.
Yeah, Maureen.
I think we should all praise Bill, but I don't like you leading us into an applause. That's just uncomfortable.
Come on,
Bill
be
did a-
unleashed about it.
Bill did a great
Applaud.
job.
You
Yes.
really, no, really, Bill.
Absolutely. Good for Bill.
It's really Maureen Tarrant. Maureen does all
Maureen
of it.
also
She's doing the
an
heavy
angel.
lifting,
She's great.
but
Yeah, I just go, I want
starts
to
with you.
do this. And she goes, okay.
All right.
I'll
Why
figure
the
it out.
fuck do I got to sign this? Relax, Bill. Everything's fine. I don't know how much time they should do. Okay, here's the setup. I figured these guys could go first, and maybe you could do this.
You're just all
right.
fucking
I'm sorry,
panicky.
Maureen. No, it's okay. I understand you guys are all psychos. That's basically the conversation.
Do you have a lineup?
Yeah, we got you going first and last. I hope that's going to be okay.
Happy to go first, and then when it comes time for last, just don't wait too long if I don't show up when you announce me. As I've left.
We've choppered in your biggest poodle fans.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
was that guy a fan? He was just a high roller.
I don't know.
Does he know you
I don't know.
or of you?
He was
That's
rolling at a high
James
level.
Norton, my favorite.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right, we're going to continue with Bill Burr, Dave Attell, and Big J. Oakerson. Stay there.
Ain't it
The Opie and Anthony Show will be right back. on Sirius XM.